Alright, so I have a couple hours today and the weather's real nice. We had a front push through this morning and moved all the humidity out for the most part, and the weather's not supposed to get much out of the mid 70s. It's the end of May and deer season is on my mind, so let's go. So we finally made it here. The reason we like this area is because we stumbled across it in our postseason scouting. It's not an obvious funnel from an aerial point of view, but as we came in here and started looking at it, it's a very obvious funnel, and there's tons of traffic right in here. You can see right here there are tons of tracks in here. The leaves are pushed down. You could tell things have been walking over the leaves and kind of getting them in the mud, and they're not as fluffy as they are around this little trail right here. And you can see there's several good long deer tracks in here, so you know the deer are using it, not just the hogs. We're gonna hang the stand right up here somewhere, so let's go take a look. So I've broken off several limbs in here to try to make it very travelable this time of year and start a pattern, and then also to give me, you know, plenty of shooting lanes that I don't have to worry about come October, November. Things are going to change then, and we've got, you know, several hickory trees in here that are going to drop leaves pretty early, as well as the elms that are in here. But if I was to come in here and break a limb off like this one right here, you know, one thing I want to do is make sure, if you think somebody might be in there, if it's public land or something like this is, you know, if there's a pretty good little white spot where you cut that limb, just take a little bit of mud and smudge it on there, and that'll make it a lot less noticeable. Now, another thing you want to also do is make sure that you stack your limbs up in places that aren't on trails, unless you're trying to force him to a different trail, force that buck or that doe to a different trail. So I've got these stacked right here in between trails on this tree, as well as other spots that just allow the deer to move through here freely. I don't really want to alter what they're doing right here, because I think they're going to move through here within 30-40 yards most of the time. So anyway, a couple tips there. Mosquitoes are eating me up. Let's move on. Well, one thing I learned today was that, as I had assumed back in the early postseason scouting, this is a core area for those deer. You typically want to be careful hunting a core area, but you know, on public land you've got lots and lots of acreage, and you kind of have to be aggressive and get in there with them, because a big buck has not moved around much throughout his lifetime there, or he probably has gotten shot on public land. So we're going to get in there, find the right wind, get in there at the right time of year, and try to get on that deer the first time in there. So it's going to be pretty much a hang a hut situation. I'm glad I went in there and checked on it, and now I'm going to head home and do a little elk roast and feed my family on a Sunday evening.